All right, we are back, everybody, with ENIAC number 2 from Bad Idea. Matt Kint and Doug Braithwaite. Braithwaite. Gosh, I'm terrible. Are back for the second issue of ENIAC from Bad Idea Comics. Now, I'm John Delarose. I have my own website, my own review channel here, if you're here, and I make my own comic books, too. You can get a free graphic novel by signing up for my newsletter, which is in the description below. And, of course, all my books are on Amazon if you want to go check those out. Love people who support the channel and support independent comics in general. I really loved ENIAC number 1. That one went really crazy. The number 1 issue there was shot up on eBay to hundreds of dollars on day 1. I wasn't going to speculate with these because I'm a big comic collector. I keep these things. But I couldn't resist that. It paid for my entire comic haul for the entire month when I sold that book. But the second issue is not doing quite that on the speculator market, which is good because I am hoping that people will just read these stories and get more into it on that level. Matt Kint is probably my favorite writer right now. And actually, Doug Braithwaite is one of my favorite artists as well. This is one of my favorite pairings out there. Now, the first book had some not safe for work stuff in it. I think this one doesn't, as I recall. You can kind of see the art here. The art's just freaking phenomenal. Our two intrepid super spies are on a mission to try to stop ENIAC, and they're trying to get information about him. So you get a lot of action going along, and this one actually has a lot of different backstories, like ENIAC's creator, who, you kind of learn his first attempt at trying to stop ENIAC back in the day. And then they meet up with this other lady who, gives her kind of story about things. It does move along very nicely, and beautiful bridge scene here. This is probably my favorite page in the whole comic book. Good stuff. Gorgeous art all the way around, and ENIAC is definitely on to them, and they're like, how the heck do we stop this thing when it knows our move before we do? And that's a great question with AI. This is something that's like we're going to have to probably deal with in our lifetimes as AI becomes smarter than us, and maybe we're already there. Maybe this is just an AI program you're watching right now, and you don't even know it, and you're programmed to watch this, and you're being outsmarted by the algorithm. I don't know. We'll see. All right. There's not a ton to say about it. Again, there's a couple backstories about it. The whole deal. Look at this cool drawing of ENIAC. Very cool as it sort of grew. They're just trying to progress from one stage to the next. It is a middle issue, and it feels like a middle issue. Doesn't work without issue number 1. Definitely need issue number 1 to care about this for sure. But it's very fast paced. It just is going. Not a ton to say about it on that level, other than it's really enjoyable. Art's beautiful. I like how the storyline's progressing. I'm happy, and that's all you can ask for from a comic. Now, other thing that is cool that Bad Idea does is these cool backup stories within their comics. And in part 1, issue 1, Matt Kint and David Lapham did this weird, like 8-page storyline that I think is setting up a superhero universe. And in this one, I didn't quite understand the first one all that well. It was very odd. But this one is a lot more straightforward as you get this guy who's kind of comes out of the ground. He's alive still, and then he is facing the complications of that within his life, and people are after him, and find out that his wife died too, and it turns out she was a superhero. So there's some universe being set up here. I don't know exactly what it is. It's interesting being done in black and white like this, very, very old school cartoony style, and very different than what you see. But this one was a very enjoyable story, and it's a fun setup. I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes, and I'm hoping that maybe they're going to do 3 of these as backups in here, and then launch an actual story series. I don't know. Maybe that's the plan. 10 out of 10. Love this. ENIAC's one of my favorite books. Go buy it now, and hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you guys soon.